Hey, fourth grade. So we are going to be this video talking about observational drawing. Now we talked a little bit about this in class, but for my friends who are online, and also for those who may not have been there, or if you need a refresher, this is for you. My friends who are in class, I do want you to do this assignment as well. So observational drawing is a very important skill to have. Basically what it means is the ability to draw something with looking at it. So the word observational, if you kind of break it down, you got observe in there. And observe means to see. So I'm going to observe, let's say I'm going to observe this hand sanitizer. So I'm going to look at it, I'm going to see it. I'm going to look at it kind of close, everything like that. So observational usually means that you've looked at it closely and you've noticed certain things about it. So if I'm looking at this really closely, maybe I'll say, okay, it's clear, except the top is not clear. The top isn't closed all the way. Now it is. There's paper on the back that I could rip off. So yeah, you're just looking at it very closely. So we're gonna practice drawing something that you see. And I really want you to look at it closely because at this stage in your art life, you know how to draw certain things. So if I said, hey, could you draw a cat? You've drawn a cat before. It may not be the most photo, like it may not look like a photo, but you know how to draw a cat. You know, like if I do a circle and two triangles and then the eyes and the nose and the mouth, that's a cat. Now, I don't want you to be thinking that way during this assignment. You are going to need to look at what you're drawing a lot more because you don't want to go off of what's in your head. You want to go off of what you're seeing. Okay? So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to show you kind of what we're going to be drawing. So grab a paper, grab a pencil, and get ready to use. Perfect. All right. Get ready to do some observational sketching. I have a seashell here, and for your assignment, you are going to be looking at some pictures of seashells, different kinds. So I'm going to look at the seashell, and I'm going to try and draw it as close to what it looks like as possible. Okay, there's a few different tricks that I want to show you with this. So the first trick is I want to kind of look at this and maybe figure out some guidelines. Guidelines are used in observational drawing to kind of make sure that you don't end up drawing one part really, really big. Let's say that that's like part of the seashell, and the other part really, really too small. Okay, so that would not look exactly like this because this part is too small. Okay, so I'm gonna look here and I'm gonna say, okay, this point, if I go straight down here, okay, so if I make a diagonal right here, I know that this can be the tip. My diagonal went all the way to there. So this is gonna be the end. Okay. Now I'm just gonna look at like this little area. This looks like a triangle. So maybe I'll do that type of shape to start. Remember, with observational sketching, it is okay if you have to erase. In fact, it does not make sense, or like you have to have a lot of practice in order to not erase. Okay. So that's kind of like a little triangle right there. I kind of got that. It has a little bit of a bump there that I didn't really notice before. This is a little bigger. I think I need to add a little more down here. Yeah, that's looking a little more like it. Okay. Now this spot right here, I'm gonna try and break it down and do a shape. This almost looks like it could be like a crown or something. You kind of see that shape there. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna go there. And I'm gonna look here too. So this point, that's right on the same level. Oh, I gotta go back. Gotta make sure that's on the same level. So I'm gonna raise that up. Remember what I said? Gotta erase. Even me, your art teacher, who has been doing this for a long time, I still have to erase and go back sometimes. Okay. Now I'm looking in this shape and there's these little ridges and bumps. Remember, with observational drawing, you're looking at all the little details. So I think I'm gonna add some of those. Okay. All right, I have this part done. Now I'm looking here, and I taught this trick to a few of you in class, but if you want to use your fingers to measure, that is a really great way to know if something's gonna be the right size. So I would put one of my fingers right here on this dot, one of my fingers right here on this dot. So I'm gonna do that here. It's hard for me to show you that because this is on the computer. So imagine my hand right here. This is my thumb. That's my finger. I'm gonna put my fingers there. And now I'm gonna move this finger over to this dot. And I locked in that size. I'm not changing my fingers. So I locked it in. Okay, my thumb is now right here. So I basically moved my hand from here all the way over to there. Okay, I'm just gonna go back a bit. I'm gonna go back to these 2 points. I'm gonna lock it in with my fingers. I'm gonna touch my finger here and mark where my thumb is. You're basically measuring. You're measuring using a part of the picture. So right now I know that this size is the same as this size and the same as this size. So I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna measure mine with my fingers. I'm gonna measure it. Okay, my thumb landed here. My thumb landed here. Okay, so this mark right there, that's gonna be there. And I know you're thinking, Miss Peterson, you drew that diagonal at the very start and you said that the end was right there. Yeah, wasn't quite there, was a little bit off, and that's okay. I'm going to actually, I have my line right here and I have this line here. I see this line off of it. So I'm going to try and draw that. Does not quite fit on the paper, which is okay. Okay, that's going to go up. So I'm just I'm outlining the seashell because that's helping me to observe it a little more. I'm looking at some of these areas, some of the ridges, thinking about how I want to draw that on here. I actually think I'm going to change that to this. Okay. So I'm not going to make you sit through this whole thing of me drawing it. You get the idea. I want you to look very closely on how you're drawing the seashell. There's a really good, one of my old teachers used to say that you need to be looking at your picture more than your drawing. So you want to look at your reference or your picture more than your drawing. Because the more that you look at it, the more you're going to understand it and understand what areas go where and everything like that. So again, mine ended up going off the page. That's okay. Now, as I'm looking at this area isn't quite the same, but I know that, and I'm still gonna keep going. I'm okay if you do that 1 or 2 times. I'm not looking for a perfect picture, okay? That doesn't mean you can just draw a seashell like this and think you're fine. There's a definite difference between someone who took their time on it, like here, and someone that did not take their time on it. So I'm looking for the time spent on your observational drawing. There's a lot of details in these seashells. There's the lines in here. There's lots of lines here. Okay. All right. So you'll see right below this video, there are pictures of seashells. I would like for you to look at one of them and to try and do a little observational drawing of it. Don't have your drawing take more than I'd say 15 minutes. You can if you want, but you don't need to spend too much time on it. When you are done and you have done that, I would love for you to take a picture of it with your Chromebook and submit it to where it says observational drawing assignment. Okay. Now this isn't due until October, but I just want to see kind of how your drawing goes. If you do not know how to submit it or how to take a picture on your Chromebook, I'll be showing that in class. I'm also going to make a video and I will post it either on this page or I will post it on the main art page. Okay. All right. I am excited to see your observational sketches. And for those who I do see on A and B days, we will be working on your observational drawing of the coyote as well. We're doing a few observational drawings, and then we're going to be doing an observational journal after that. Okay? All right, good luck. I'm excited to see them. Bye.